Hey, we're Bayside. Welcome to the Vinnie Langdon Show.
Yeah, that's right, Bayside. What's up? Haven't seen you guys since the Warped Tour back in 2009. You guys took a kind of a year off to write your upcoming record, and how did that all turn out?
Wicked good. Do you have the record?
Yeah.
I don't, but you know what? I'm gonna go out and get it.
Yeah, tonight. It's really cheap. It went awesome. I mean, we spent, like you said, a lot of time at home writing it, which is really, really cool and different for us. We usually write on the road or write really quick and just put an album out and then tour. So this time we had time to. I just said time a lot.
Okay. Say it
Really
again.
quickly.
Say it one more time.
We had a lot of
How many times
time.
is
This time we had a lot of time to
Time
write.
and time again. We had so much time.
And really critique ourselves and make sure we put out the perfect album and the quintessential Bayside album. So we love it, and so far fans love it, so we're happy.
And in previous albums for Bayside, you guys always felt kind of the pressure. Okay, we're here. You know, like you said, you're on the road. We get in the studio a couple days, bam, knock it out.
I mean, the process between writing and having the record appear in a store has only been maybe 9 weeks. So we go in to write, well, maybe a little bit more than that, maybe 10 weeks. But like really, we'd go in, we'd spend about 3 weeks writing, and we'd probably spend about 3 weeks recording, maybe a week mixing, and then they would be in a store a week later. So there was no time to sort of look back, kind of, work on parts or rewrite things. It just was, all right, we wrote it, let's record it as is, and then the next thing you know, it's in store, and then you live with it that's how it is at that point. So it's nice to be able to actually live with songs for a little while and then go back and change parts or do things a little bit differently.
Exactly. So tell us the first time that, you guys aren't new to the recording process and the records and all that. And tell us, the first time that you guys heard Bayside like in a store. Because I know Hot Topic, Tilly's, you walk in, you see the music videos, and you hear the music. And what was the first time you guys heard yourself, in the radio?
I don't know about the first time, but I have a funny story about the last time I heard it. We were in Zoomies in Long Island. My friend was shopping, and they're playing some music, and I'm just sitting there waiting for him to get his sneakers, and Killing Time, the song off our new album, came on, and I'm like, oh, awesome, they're playing it. Like, I was really happy, and I think one of the employees must have seen that I was in the store and thought it was embarrassing, so they turned it off, which was exponentially more embarrassing than just hearing the song.
Right.
And I was actually stoked for them to be playing it. I was like, cool, maybe there's someone in here who has never heard it and will like it. But then I'm sitting there like, yeah, and then next.
Right. So when you guys started, tell us kind of, a lot of the bands, they have the goals and dreams, hey, we're going to get a record deal, we're going to go on tour, we're going to get a lot of ladies, we're going to do this and that. But what was the ultimate goal for Bayside when you guys first started?
I think just since I've been in the band, the ultimate goal is just to continue to be a band and to continue to be able to do this for as long as we're allowed. Obviously we'd like to be bigger, and we'd like to, have a bigger audience and have more people kind of catch on to what we're doing, and that's been happening very gradually, which is good. I think it's contributing to the longevity of our band, but I think ultimately the goal is just to keep doing this for as long as possible, and to, I feel really lucky to be in a band that seems to have like a deep connection with so many of our fans. That's given us this really sort of cultish, really intensely devotional fan base. As long as we can keep doing that and keep playing and making music for whoever wants to listen to it, that's my goal, basically.
Well, what about you? Same thing?
Yeah, same thing. We will do this forever as long as that's a possibility. We're going to be doing that. So with the changing times of the record industry and all this type of stuff, we're somehow not ultimately that affected, which we feel very lucky about, downloading and just having people's attention spans being, pulled 10 million different directions.
Right.
Little by little and consistently our fan base grows, and I think that's all the more reason for us to keep going. So we're happy that although things are changing, and if anything, it just makes us work harder, but we're happy that it's, nothing negative, or we haven't seen our band get any smaller, or people not like our albums as a whole and stuff like that. So we're happy.
And I'm being all the way from New York, and then when the band started growing and stuff, tell us, when you got to the West Coast and, even in the Midwest, and you start seeing people that are singing along to the, your music, what was the first, reactions to that? Like, wow, people actually know who we are,
Yeah, I think the internet helps with that for sure. We have more of a global fan base, even if we haven't been to some places before. So just being in a band is, the internet's helping out for sure. But it's a great feeling, no matter where we're in the Midwest, the West Coast, other countries or around the world. You know, someone could just stumble upon us on the internet and like us, and that's amazing. It really is. We put in a lot of work, even when we are home, and then when we're not home, we leave our families, girlfriends, and pets, and all that type of stuff, and we have their support. But it doesn't necessarily make it that much easier when you're halfway around the world, you know.
Right.
And the only thing that makes it easy and worth it is the half hour or an hour or whatever your set time is, where you're having fun and playing music, and kind of everything that you work for is for that hour that you're playing. So it's cool to have support from everyone, our fans and our families and all that type of stuff.
Good. And you guys being on the Take Action Tour 2011, and you know the history of this tour is actually keeps on getting larger and expanding. You know, a couple of years ago, you know, it was more about, you know, doing the suicide preventing, you know, hotlines and trying to keep them going. But for this tour, I mean, what is the whole purpose of? What are you guys trying to promote?
Well, the tour chose Sex Etc., which is a charity just about sexual awareness, and kind of to raise it's kind of taboo to talk about for teenagers, I guess, specifically as the target audience, just facts about, you know, being sexually active and
preventing STDs and, you know, unwanted, you know, preventing unwanted pregnancy as opposed to terminating, kind of giving younger people the facts and an understanding on how to care for themselves and their partners better, and not to be as, I mean, what we're taking away from it is certainly that. I mean, I don't know, I think a lot of people see Sex Etc., and I'm not sure how it's perceived, if it's kind of comes across as a jokey thing, but for us what it really means is just to be, you know, to be good to yourself and be good to your friends and the people that you're with, and to, you know, make sure that you're being respectful to not only your own body, but to the other people's bodies that you're interacting with, sexually or non-sexually, and just kind of making sure that you're not making any big mistakes that are going to affect you and other people.
responsibility.
Yeah, I mean, that's really what it is. It's sexual, for what we're considering it's really promoting sexual responsibility and awareness.
So the tour's been going good so far, you know, and, you know.
Yeah, it's been going great. We're about halfway through right now. We're kind of, this is our last state in California, which is sad because we always love being out west, and we're gonna head back across the top of the country and then finish up in New York, which I think is going to be a great show for all of us. We all love, you know, we're all kind of, it's a homecoming show, and it'll be a great show for us. So we're all excited to, as much as we're going to be sad to leave the tour, it's going to be a fun ending. It's like going out with a bang.
Well, guys, good luck with the rest of the tour, and we're going to close it off. You guys got a new music video for 6, so we're going to let the viewers go ahead and watch that. If you guys want more information about Bayside, you guys are on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace. You guys are still all over the place. Bayside.com, check it out.
Bayside.com.
Bayside.com, there you go. So once again, Bayside here on the Vinnie Langdon Show, and thanks, guys, for taking the time to do this. All right.